So right now, the Chapel Hill and Heritage are playing for the championship round. That game should be going on right now. It started at 9 o'clock, so we'll give you an update hopefully before this game is over. But moving forward for the high school boys of Clayton, they have to move forward. You know, Cameron Walden is a phenomenal player coming over from Boulder. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do because he's a great, phenomenal player. Coach Medlin has been there for so long. And you're going to look, they're 5-5 on the season. They lost 2 games in the tournament. So, against 2 great teams. The Vipers lost against Heritage, which is the reigning 4A East champion. That means they went into the championship round last year. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do, but I'm excited moving forward for the Clayton Comets.
And, of course, again, the varsity girls against Heritage. That's a makeup game from the Winter Storm Diego that hit a couple of weeks ago. That game's been rescheduled for January the 9th. They wanted to make it up after the integrate testing, so that's been done. And January the 11th, we're back to action with the South Johnston Trojans and the South Johnston High School Trojans, and that game will be on CRN. All the games will be on CRN. Trey, I'm going to let you cover the floor for a minute to recap this first half, and I'm going to try to grab an interview with Renee Taylor of the Bulldogs and Michael Gainey of the Griffins during halftime show.
Sounds like a plan. Again, you're tuned in to CRN Sports Network. Little special coverage here for the men's hoop basketball championship round. Kind of walk through the stats here for the Griffins, the Rocky Mount Griffins. Isaiah Miller has 7 points. Nigel Joyner with 2 points. Travion Parker with 3 points. Tobias Harris with 5 points. Antoine Dunston with 2 points. Matthew Cherry with 2 points. And Victor Ward Jr. with 2 points as well. And then Keyshawn Silver, the big man down low, number 6. And we're going to head straight to courtside with Wesley Allen.
Hey, Trey Side, we're back here as the Osborne Company halftime show rolls on CRN Sports Network. About 2 minutes until the second half. We're talking now with the head coach of Michael Gainey, the husband of Pam Gainey. Pam Gainey and the Lady Griffins got a big win in the Lady Tournament over Clayton Comets. How cool will it be for the husband-wife duo to win here in the John Jacobs Christmas Invitational?
It will be very, very nice. So then she won't have to have one up on me.
There you go. Talk about how this game's been so far. It was very, very competitive. We've been calling it on CRN. Close-knit. Obviously, your sideline, you're trying to call the game as best as you can because you just recently had a surgery. So talk about doing that from this atmosphere and how close this game's been with Nash Central. And you guys got history.
Well, you know, again, they are home guys, and we're cousins, brothers, whatever to you guys at home, and we know each other pretty good. But my staff is doing a great job trying to help me out from calling stuff here and there. We're just not using our size to work the ball inside, and the guy just missing a lot of layups. So once we get that together, we'll be fine.
There you go. We'll see what happens. Michael Gainey, the head coach of the Rocky Mountain Griffins now. And real quickly, we're going to try to catch up an interview with the man, of course, of Nash Central Bulldogs and Renee Taylor. Renee, second half coming up, buddy. What's it going to take to beat Rocky Mountain, your close rival up the road?
We have to score 7 more points than they do in this quarter.
There you go. And I know you've been filling out of the water, so it's good to see him playing. He just said very simple. We just got to score more points than them. Trey Stotts, it's going to be an awesome second half coming up.
Hey, thank you, Wesley, for both of the head coaches here in Cleveland, North Carolina. It's going to be a terrific second half. If anything turns out like the first half, the Rocky Mountain come in as Goliath here in. Thanks to our statistician here at our scoreboard, Chris High tore his ACL coming in football season. He's Mr. Everything for Nash Central. The reason why they lost that 30-point game against Rocky Mount is because Chris High that was his first game back. That Monday he was cleared. Tuesday he played against this Rocky Mount team, and as they move forward, you can see they've improved much better in this game than they did the first game of the season.
Well, Trey Snyde, we are set now for the second half of action here on CRN. The Bulldogs will put it back into play. Led by Chris High. Had an ACL injury playing football. Right out of the gate, he went from football into basketball. That is what happened, causing that big 30-point loss. And as the team has grown with Chris High and his improvement in play and his healing, it is showed here for the Bulldogs of Nash Central. As the ball goes out of bounds and out of play, it's going to go back to the Nash Central Bulldogs. They'll keep possession, Trey Snyde.
And to me over here, it looked like, Nash Central had the last touch. But, nonetheless, that's why we're sitting over here.
That's why we're wearing stripes. Hey, they're wearing stripes and we're wearing headsets. Right. So Vince Phillips sets it up, gets it back inside to Avante Simmons, the point guard wing senior. Under pressure is again going to be the Phillips. Trying to get it to number 3 of Simmons was Phillips, and they lost it and give the ball now to Rocky Mountain Griffin strike.
And look, number 3 in Nash Central, and Simmons is very upset with himself not getting that ball away from Gray, number 3 for the Rocky Mountain.
Missing was Simmons trying to make the steal, or Phillips to take the steal away. He gets it back now. Takeaway by the Bulldogs. Roaring down the court is Amar Richardson. Now back in to Vince Phillips. Phillips now gets it all the way across the key to Simmons. Simmons now goes inside, back to Phillips again. They almost lost the ball. Good recovery by Javon Brinkley. They shoot. They go for the basket. It's no good. Open shot for Nigel Joyner. They throw it out of bounds. Nash Central gets it back. No, Rocky Mount gets it back, and they go for 2. Tiberius Harrison, the guard senior, getting 2, and it's now 34-26, Trace Nod.
Again, just a fast pace already we see moving from the first half now into the second half. It's going to be interesting to see how this turns out.
Vince Phillips, and there's a whistle and a stoppage of play. Going to give the ball, turned it over, back to Rocky Mount. Michael Gainey, again, the husband of Pam Gainey. Pam Gainey and the Lady Rocky Mount Griffins were the champions in the women's championship over the Clayton Comets that you heard on CRN earlier tonight. And now they're trying to sweep the tournament, so to speak. Slamming, bamming, thank you, Mammon, to the ground. Hard contact made by Avante Simmons and a pile up to boot.
That was a lot of words. And
I do too many. I do announcing for racing too much, so I sometimes use the analogies of descriptions. Normally they have big crashes, and I say open up a Waffle House. They're scattered, smothered, and covered with a metal omelet, mayhem of destruction. But we just can't say that with bodies, Trace. Still! He come out of nowhere, Vince Phillips. And you had to check your hearing there for that one, Trey. Down by 8, 34-26, and the ball will go back in play to Rocky Mount, Trey.
And 6:08, the fast pace by both programs. Again, it's not a very high-scoring beginning of our third quarter here. We're going to see what Nash Central can do. They're taking away Silver down low and making them shoot the ball much better. So look for Nash Central to improve on their shooting to get back in this ballgame. They're doing a great job defensively. Then now they have to make some shots once they... Ooh, nice little move to get past Gray. And
shot
Chris
going in. And roll around. It's a little roly-poly before the ball goes in the basket. Number 41, Victor Ward Jr. The same AAU team players, again, are Rocky Mount Mavericks, and that is number 5 and 13 on the Rocky Mount side of Miller and Joyner, and then number 3 and 12 of Simmons and High. All played, or number 15 of Tavon Parker. They all played on the AAU Rocky Mount Mavericks team. So we got a broadcaster, we got a stat guy here beside us giving us statistics at the same time. I'm used to doing that on TV radio broadcast with Fox, so I like that. Normally we gotta prepare on our own, Trey, for everything. So 23, a foul being called on Tiberius Harrison. Tiberius Harrison, the guard senior. And this is going to bring 12 to the line. Trace Knight of Chris High, the point guard, shooting guard, senior at 6'3".
Too short.
And again, we were talking during halftime as we got a new sub coming in for the Griffins, Tavon Parker, number 15 in the game. Injured ACL at the end of football season. Mm-hmm. And as the season's growed, that's how the Bulldogs have improved after coming off the football game.
You can tell they're much improved compared to the first game of the season. And again, they've lost, 6 in a row? And they finally got it back in the win column. High makes the second free throw after missing the first one pretty badly. Makes the second one. So 34-29 ball game for Rocky Mount.
Coach Rennie Taylor looks on anxiously. 5 minutes left to go in the third period. A close game now. They're in 5. Within 5, bouncing off the rim. Going for it. Steal. Takeaway by Avante Simmons. Simmons with a breakaway. 1-3 to another 3. Takeaway by Gray. Whistle and a foul, but the basket won't count. He tried to go for the basket. They call a foul now on Deontay Gray, the point guard senior. And this is going to bring Avante Simmons to the line. And that's his first foul in the game now. First foul for Deontay Gray. Number 3, Avante Simmons, the point guard, wing senior to the line for the Bulldogs. He'll shoot 3. Easy chance trade to make. You got to make your free throws.
Absolutely.
Got to make those free throws.
You're still in this ball game. It's only a 34-29 ball game, so he'll get an extra shot here. We'll see. Go ahead and sink this and move forward.
Number 2 coming in the game for the Bulldogs, Amir Richardson, as well as a Bulldog players coming in. Number 5 is coming in of Omar Richardson.
Simmons makes the second one. So
Isaiah Miller's in. My apologies for the Griffins. Isaiah Miller, and then of course Amir Richardson. Those were the subs, Trey.
4-point ball game.
Here we go. So the Bulldogs trying to get back within sight, but Griffin's trying to pull away. Up in the basket's 53. Keyshawn Silver, the air up there, trying to stop. Take away, goes back to Victor Moore Jr., and there's a whistle. And it's out of play. Going to give the ball back to Rocky Mount.
So they're taking Silver out of this ball game. The two bigs down low, and Brinkley and High are taking these Silver, their best center, out of this ball game.
Behind the basket.
A foul.
Whistle and a foul. Keyshawn Silver under, trying to go to the basket, and they call the whistle on him. Foul called. And it's going to be on number 5, and that's going to be Omar Richardson, his 4th foul. 4th foul for Omar Richardson in the game. He's in foul trouble. Number 10's coming in, Dawson Joyner, the forward sophomore. And at the line shooting, basket's no good. Looks like Jeremiah Williams will also be coming in a minute. Number 31 for the Griffins. 4:37 in the third. Trey Side. It's a 4-point game. Is this abnormal, you think, or is this right around the corner of what you're saying you think it should be?
Well, I mean,
this tournament.
Look, the Bulldogs come in with. They're high and mighty. Goliath and David. So what do they have to lose by playing the entire time? Play all out.
Going for 3.
We're only a 4-point ball game.
Was a 1-point shot by Vincent Phillips. He missed it. Breakaway. 2 foulers. Oh, they crash under the basket. A demolition derby ensues under the net. 15, Tavon Parker and more amongst that chaos. And they all come up from the pile. They're going to call a foul, Trey Snide.
Bulldog personal.
Number 1. And it's Vincent Phillips. Is that his first foul, I think it is?
I heard 2. But I didn't have, that was my first on my sheet, but I've been wrong before.
Vincent Phillips, his first foul. First foul on Vincent Phillips. And here come in the game 31, Jeremiah Williams for the Griffins, and number 3 of Avante Simmons as number 1 of Vincent Phillips will take a rest. 4:14 in the third. At the line again is Tavon Parker shooting. The strong forward, senior. And he makes it. And it's now a 6-point game, 36-30.
Good shot.
4:07 now in the third. He missed his shot. My apologies. I thought he made it, but he didn't.
Fouls on Bulldog number 12, Chris Hyde.
Okay, they are giving him the points. I thought they were. It was 2 points he made them, so it's 35-32. Okay. Whew, I lost my place there for a minute. We had a squirrel moment. We call that dead air. That's not good in radio. Trey, why didn't you cover for me? Threw me to the wolves.
I was going on what you said. I had 2 written down.
Okay. We're finding our stats now. Number 2, throwing it deep. Richardson trying to find Joyner under the basket. Whistle on my ear. Timeout on the court. 5-point lead. Griffin's out in front of the Bulldogs. 3:40 in the third. This is the John Jacobs Men's Championship game on CRN, the Community Radio Network. Back in a minute.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ energy drink. Wings are for birds.
Back here on CRN, ball back in play to Nash Central.